Let us simplify this equation. Fourth root of 16x raised to power 12 y raised to power 20 all over fifth root of 32x raised to power 10 y raised to power minus 15. To simplify this, you understand two basic laws of what? Indices. The first law is what we call root law. You look into root law. Let's solve solution. We understand root law. The root law says that when you have roots a, it is something as saying a raised to power 1 over 2. So when you have the fourth root of a, something as what? A raised to power 1 over 4. If you have the fifth root of a, something as saying a raised to power 1 over 5. A raised to power 1 over 5. And so on and so forth. Another law is division law. When you are dividing, the law says that if a raised to power x is divided what? The same a raised to power y, that the answer is you take one of the a and subtract the power. So these are the laws we are going to apply here. To apply this law is very simple. Let's start. We have learned root law and division law. Let's start applying them now to get our answer. Now, our question is fourth root of 16 raised to power 16x raised to power 12 y raised to power 20. All of them divided by fifth root of 32x raised to power 10 y raised to power minus 15. Now, this is the same thing as saying, this will be the same thing as saying, it will be the same thing as saying 16 x raised to power 12 y raised to power 20, all of them raised to power 1 over 4 as the root law, divided by 32 x raised to power 10 y raised to power minus 15, all of them raised to power 1 over 5. Now, which we now explain as 16 raised to power 1 over 4 multiplied by x raised to power 10 times 1 over x raised to power 12 times 1 over 4 times y raised to power 20 times 1 over 4, all divided by 32 raised to power 1 over 5 multiplied by x raised to power 10 times 1 over 5 multiplied by y raised to power minus 15 times 1 over 5. Now, we simplify. 16 raised to power 1 over 4 is 16 is 4 raised to power 2. 4 raised to power 2 give you what? 16. So the fourth root of 16 is 2. Yeah, 2 is the fourth root of 16. Fourth root of 16 is what? 2. Fourth root of 16 is what? 2. Multiplied by 4 divide 12 is 3. X raised to power 3 multiplied by 4 divide this is 5. Y raised to power 5. All divided by fifth root of 32 is still 2. Yes. Multiplied by x raised to power 2 times y raised to power minus 3. Then 2 cancel 2, which will now have x cubed y raised to power 5, all divided by x raised to power 2 y raised to power minus 3, which is equal to, by division law, we take one of the power and subtract, which is x raised to the power 3 minus 2 times y raised to the power 5 minus 3, which will give us what? X times y raised to the power 8, which is what? X y raised to the power 8. Final answer. Don't forget to like, share and comment to see our next videos. Bye.